Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome back to Kalistan Plays Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. We are moving on to our next case. That will be Chain Reaction. Last time we dealt with Infamy, and we had Orson Wilde visiting Sherlock Holmes as he was going to play Sherlock Holmes in a play, I guess. I guess that time frame it would be a stage play. And was coming to do some kind of case study sort of thing there. And we had a bomb thrown through our window. Things were going kind of bad. A couple of old criminals, heads of criminal gangs who had been put away by Sherlock Holmes in the past were the suspects. And we dealt with that whole thing, did an exorcism, had a blast. Now, we are going into Chain Reaction. And let's see where we start. This, I believe there's this case and then like one more case in this game. So, yeah. And we're getting closer to finding out who Caitlin is, who her father, parents, whatever really were. We'll see how that goes. I have a feeling it's kind of the title thing, so...
Holmes, you simply have to face up to it. You need to have a serious discussion with Kate about her origins.
I can't.
No more excuses. She will learn soon enough that Alice is leaving. This other hidden secret. She will not forgive you.
She does not need to know why.
No? So she will blame you for Alice's departure. Is that what you want?
No, I certainly... It's as Kate said, I always do the wrong thing where she's concerned.
Now look here. I'll take care of your case once we're back at Baker Street.
Cabby, why have we stopped?
The road to the square is blocked, sir.
Why?
There's been a bad road accident.
Oh, splendid.
All right, let's see. Oh my. This is a significant accident. Yes, I remember this.
Hurry. There may be injured who need help.
Let's deal with it.
He has stopped breathing. There's no heartbeat. His pupils are constricted, but they are moving. He is still alive. I must act quickly to save him.
Okay. Press to continue. Oh, I see. It's another one of these rhythm games.
Thank goodness. This man will live.
He shows no reaction, but I made that judgment.
Holmes, don't just stand there. Do something.
Assess threats quickly to save people from dying.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Build a character portrait by paying attention. We have an obstacle. Quickly, we've got strong fire, too hot to enter. Okay. There's a person. Unconscious man requires evacuation. We've got some water. Short-term protection. Okay. So, let's quickly give ourselves some short-term protection. And then move in to the obstacle. Alright. Let's quickly, come on. Let's get this gentleman out of here. Oh, come on. Do I have to, like, press the silly buttons? Alright, come on. Let's get him outside. I would like to lay him down. Get the unconscious man out. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Over here!
Oh boy.
Please move to a safer area, sir.
Somebody! I would have died if not for you.
Let's quickly get some people. Let's quickly... This person seems to be alrightish. Okay, let's... Oh, wait,
There are no wounds or injuries. I'd better call for Watson.
Alright, then let's call for Watson. Alright, there's a risk. Don't think there was anybody else in there, so quickly. Unconscious passenger requires evacuation. Missing door handle, cannot open. Door hinges could be broken. And axe. Let's do it. Lag spike. What happened? What happened? Where's my axe? Let's get the axe. Let's chop it. Oh, come on. And we're gonna have to swing it again. I've played this minigame before. Oh, come on. There's little time. Oh boy, he falls right out. Well, that's convenient. Okay, let's move quickly and get this guy. Alright, we've got this. He's no visible wounds, not injured. Leg underneath Phaeton, trapped leg, What do we have here? Heavy weight. Do we have a lever around here somewhere? There we are, a lever. Alright, here comes another minigame. Alright, I've braced it up on that wheel. Who else needs help?
Oh, shoulder. I'd better call for Watson.
Oh, I can have Watson do some things. Alright, let's move over here. Yeah, I mean, that guy's out of the way now. That's fine.
Oh, shoulder.
I'm a doctor.
Somebody!
Will you allow me to look at your shoulder?
Alright, let's quick it. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, what's this? Gently rotate the injured arm to find the best spot to mend the dislocated shoulder. So...
Ouch!
Rotate. I don't know what I'm... Is that... Did that work?
Thank you for your help.
Alright, let's move over to this gentleman. Wait,
Here! Over here!
let's pull him out. Drag. Oh, I didn't finish dragging him out. That happens.
What a terrible accident! Please help me. My leg.
My name is Dr. Watson. Let me examine you.
Alright. Let's be quick. So, check the point of injury.
It hurts!
There's some extreme bruising.
Alright, check bone integrity.
Bones appear to be broken. I think that an improvised bandage will do for now. One moment, and I'll fetch what I need. Now, let me apply the bandage.
Alright.
Need something else besides rope.
Oh, I see. I'm going to make a splint is what I'm going to do. I see. I get what's happening here. I am fast with that, apparently. Alright. This man over here. Alright, let's examine.
I see no visible injuries.
Okay, let's wake him.
Perhaps I could use ammonia.
Okay, use ammonia. Smelling salts.
Oh, my head.
Alright. Now, we have one last porzione. Let's see here.
Perhaps Holmes will find a way to free this pawn man.
Indeed. That Holmes. Let's see what we can do here. We've got light bleeding. Bleeding will stop naturally. Leg underneath horse's body. Okay, that's fine. Scaffolding. Scaffolds press on horse. I see. And we've got a handsaw. Can cut scaffold. Alright. Let's grab the handsaw. And use my mouse like a saw. Oh wow, that is the easiest and fastest sawing I think I've seen in like forever. Let me pull him out of there. Okay, that's everybody. We have saved them all. That deserves a drink of water.
Holmes, it appears the police have arrested someone. Perhaps it is the person responsible for this disaster.
Is it though?
Let me go. You're talking nonsense.
Insulting a police constable, eh? That's quite enough.
What's happening here, Constable?
Mr. Holmes, this gentleman here is the fellow who built the scaffolding which collapsed and caused this accident.
That ain't true. How were you hurt?
This hammer hit me on the leg.
How?
It flew out from the scaffolding I put up. When the damn thing collapsed, the hammer flew out and coshed me
You
leg.
were standing over there at the time.
Oh, aye. Yeah, that's right.
So it would not have been possible for him to bring the scaffolding down, Constable.
Perhaps it was poorly constructed.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. And what made it fall? Perhaps it was you, waving around that rotten stick of yours.
You'll wind up getting a taste of it if you carry on like this.
One moment, Constable. The scaffolding here has been entirely dislodged. It is unlikely that this disaster could have been the fault of this gentleman. Allow me to inspect the area, and if you could possibly be of use close to the surrounding section. Do not grant anyone access, nor allow them to leave. Is that quite clear?
Absolutely, Mr. Holmes.
This is a much more diplomatic
This accident is a
Holmes.
little unusual. I need to concentrate on the details.
All right,
I must
recreate.
include all the participants in the accident sequence.
Very well. But where do I find them? Is there... It says elements found. I am not able to move anything that I know of. And I don't see anything to click. Wait. Oh, do I need to, like, determine all the elements?
This cab hit the scaffold and caused it to fall.
Okay, so that's what's happening.
This cab was set on fire by the explosion at the lamp shop.
Oh wait, is this guy alive?
The driver is dead. He was killed by the explosion.
So I saved all the people possible, but I didn't save everyone. What's going on here?
Celebratory bunting. A dead driver. Another victim of the explosion.
What's this?
This horse was blinded by the flag, causing it to bolt into the window. The overturned lamps may well have caused the fire and explosion.
Okay. Interesting, interesting.
Celebratory bunting.
Yeah, we got that.
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
It all happened so quickly. There was an explosion, and my horse startled and threw me back against those wardrobes.
Okay.
This jaunting car would be capable of traveling at great speed.
Okay. And of course, what is this scaffolding for? I haven't really taken a look at it. For building a statue?
This mechanism played a part in the accident, I'm sure of it.
We've got some bells attached. That's what those are? Maybe? Bells? Not certain. Okay. Oh my.
I won't be able to release it with my bare hands.
Well, I mean, I could use this. Now I can move around and not be
That's it.
electrocuted. Which is nice.
The old gas lamps in this square have been upgraded to electricity.
Okay.
This technical cab was involved in this tragic accident.
Okay.
An old sprung cart, which has seen better days. Good day to you, sir. Would you mind answering some questions? I'm investigating this accident. Are you the driver of this cart?
Yeah. I was transporting vegetables from my farm to the London market.
What can you tell me about the accident?
I don't know. There was a collision, I felt the ground, I come over all dizzy.
Really? You seem pretty evasive.
What did you collide with?
That contraption up in front of me. He stopped all of a sudden and I tried to avoid him, but I wasn't quick enough.
There we go. And your sudden stop?
Do you have any idea what might have caused this cab to stop so sharply?
No idea.
Alright. Interesting enough.
The pumpkins fell here after the sprung cart collided. Those wardrobes fell like dominoes.
I see. What about this?
This carriage was struck by the scaffold when it fell.
Interesting. Huh. Quite a few deaths in this traffic accident. What do you have to say?
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
Please. Not now. I'm in shock.
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
Please. Not now. I'm in shock.
Alright, I need to find all the elements. Let's see. Let's go over here and ask, you talk to him. What about you?
Might I ask you some questions regarding the accident?
You seem very calm.
No, you can't. Go away.
Wow. Oh, wow. That is rude. Let's see here.
A common fate, an uncommon location.
So I found most of the elements. Let me ask.
My poor leg.
Okay, what about...
Mr. Holmes?
Alright. Let's see what Watson has to
What do
say.
you make of this accident, Holmes?
I don't know what I make yet. I'm still looking for elements. And they're bothering me. Because I haven't found all the elements, which is troublesome, to say the least. So these were lined up out here, which is a little odd. And I've got this mechanism. Interesting. Wonder if I need to, like, start rebuilding the accident at all. Ah. So, we've got a bulk? Is that what's calling a plank? We have a platform, a lifting mechanism, pumpkin? What does this have to do with each other? Okay, so we've got that platform which is lifted up by this. These are kind of counter mechanisms. What's happening with so the plank was there, and where was the pumpkin? No, that's not... Okay, hold on. So the pumpkin went flying that way, hit the bulk, which activated the lifting mechanism and did something with the platform. No, that's not correct. Because there's the counterweight here. What happens to the counterweight? Wait. So, what if what if counterweight happens? And as that counterweight does, the platform gets lifted up. Then we have... Okay, deactivate. Deactivate, guys. Deactivate. Alright, so they're all out. So we say... Is that... So, wait, we're saying that that wood was maybe held in place by that platform? I'm slightly confused. Just slightly, of course. So what if this happened? That tumbled down, that lifted up. But then this pumpkin hit, which hit the block, which then did the lifting mechanism. That totally doesn't make sense, I don't think.
It wasn't like that.
Yeah. So that doesn't make sense. So hold on. They're saying that dropped. What caused that to drop? The counterweight to drop. That doesn't make sense at all either.
It wasn't like that.
All right. Let's turn this off for a second and take a look at how things are. So this has fallen onto this, which seemed to hit a release, right? So that has to happen. The bulk falling on that has to happen before that releases, and that ends up there, and this falls down. So let's say this happens. Oh, wait. This happens. That happens. This happens. This happens. This happens. Go. So that knocked into that, releasing that. That goes up. That comes down. Then.
That's it.
Yeah. And that was what brought the celebratory bunting down and had some problems. But that pumpkin was caused by this veering wildly after this stopped suddenly. We still don't know why that stopped suddenly. Let's do another walk around here a little bit. See what we can see. So the scaffolding came down. But how and what? That's another person dead. Oh, this is the other element. This is the last
The
one.
rope holding the bunting was torn apart. A large section of it is now missing.
That's all the elements. So I've found the elements. Alright, let's think here.
I believe I've enough information about this accident. Now let's recreate the sequence of events.
Alright. So, when these fell down, they knocked over that lamp. Because that's a significant amount of weight. I don't know if I mean, I guess the lamp's a little more fragile than I would think of lampposts or whatever today. And then that, of course, electrified this. Interesting. Okay, so we move earlier. Right. These guys are going along. Interesting. So pastime. So you have this cart, this cart. Okay. Alright, so if we say No, no. Reset sequence. All right, so basically... What kills these guys? So they're scaffolding over this whole thing right here. I'm a little confused. Because, I mean, I see that this cart is going to go into this, which is going to knock down this, and this comes across here. Then I'm assuming this stops because it sees that happen. And then this veers out of the way. The pumpkin hits this, which sends this over here, right? And that brings it down, sending this trailing into that. But this whole interaction happens first. This is where it starts. Maybe. Or maybe this stops because this is stopped? I'm a little confused here. So let's say this... And then this happens, which causes, of course, this, right? Then this stops. Because horse gets electrocuted, maybe? Then this comes in here. That affects this, which then, of course, affects this, causing that and this, which then happens there. Well, hold on. Reset sequence. Okay. So this thing is coming. This is a really fast cart. It's coming in too fast. It's about to collide with this. It veers off. So that happens. This happens because it goes through there. This gets knocked over. This happens. This stops, but not in time. This veers. Hits this. That severs this. This goes in here and deals with this. Oh, wait, that kills... Okay, I gotcha. Understood. This is the first. It affects this. Affects this. Affects this. This comes in. Oh, wait. I meant to click that. This happens. This happens. This happens. This happens. Then this guy comes along and spills his vegetables. This sends its little tool over to cut this down. Then this careens into here. At the same time, this is also blocked with the celebratory bunting. So it goes this way. This explodes, killing this. This comes down, killing this. Let's watch the sequence.
No, it wasn't like that.
Explosion. Wait, and my horse startled and threw me back against those wardrobes? Right. Are they saying that happened in a different order? That this cart stopped prior to this happening? And then the people inside were electrocuted? Because it was all metal? Alright, maybe. Let's go ahead and say that happened. So let's say this explosion actually happened, and then these guys were sitting here not moving when this happened, and then it started and threw him into the wardrobes, causing this. So then I would say this happens first. This happens. This happens. Takes care of this. Alright. That sends... Oh, wait. Wait. Are they trying to say the explosion happened before any of this? Like, it set off this whole sequence of events, and then the horse crashed into it, but it already exploded? I think that's what they're saying. Because otherwise, right, like, this crashes over into here, and this happens here, but everything kind of gets very weird, right? Because then an explosion occurs. This happens, that happens, this happens, this happens. Like, I think everything gets very weird.
No, it wasn't like that.
What if, it's easy to, what if this started it? So then that killed this guy immediately. This guy gets sent off. That happens here, right? Sending that down. That causes this to stop. It causes this guy to go over here, which takes care of this, right? Which cuts that down. This goes into there. This goes into here. This drops, and this goes.
No, it wasn't like that.
Right, but how wasn't it like that? That's the question I have. I mean, I think it was generally speaking like that. All right, let's assume, proceed assuming this is correct, that explosion happened. That took care of him. He was bucked into these. This happens as expected. All right? If everything up to here happens like that, right, then I don't think that works either.
No, it wasn't like that.
I'm just curious now because I'm like, I think I know basically what happened here, but I think I'm just getting the numbers wrong. Like, how do they want this? Because I don't think there's any logical problem if we believe the witness testimony. And this guy over here, the one standing right over here with his back against the wall, where I'm circling right now, he was the one who was like, no, I'm not going to tell you anything, right? And this guy over here was in shock. He probably saw across that the explosion happened first, right? And if that explosion happened, what if we say this happened, this happened, this happened, that went, which stopped this. This swerved out of the way, hit this, which of course took that down. Then we say this happened, we say this happened, we bring this down, and we take care of that.
No, it wasn't like that.
How wasn't it like that? All right. I am going to double check and see if there's like something big I'm missing, or if this is just a little bit of a I have one thing slightly out of order, like this is supposed to be 10 and this is supposed to be 11, because this seems like nitpicking to me. Because I think I understand the logic of what's happening. So let's take a look. Un momento. We are loading, friends. We are loading. And once we have done loading, then we will have answer for you. Answer will be good. Let's see. So we are here. We are in chain reaction. And that is nice. Yes, I've done this. Oh, interesting. So I was mistaken. I was mistaken. So, according to what it says here, it says that this stopping is first, and then this swerving, right? Which then causes this and this. I guess this makes sense because otherwise, if this was enough water, the electricity in the water was enough to harm these people. Well, basically, if it was this, they stopped standing in it, and if this ran across it, it might also have been affected, but it wasn't. So logical, I can understand. Then this gentleman right here, and then this one. Oh wait, hold on. No. Remove that. Remove this. This is irritating. Alright, so this goes. Then this goes. And this goes. I see. So then they're saying scaffold come down. Person crushed. Explosion! Which of course kills this one. Sends this scattering. And then this goes and it does this, which then electrocutes horse here. Okay, so according to them, this is order of events. This coach stops, surprises little vendor man with his pumpkins. He swerves out of way. His pumpkins hit this, and we already saw that. It sends the tool over here, chops this. The bunting comes down. This one crashes into scaffolding. This one crashes into building at the shop there. Scaffolding comes down and smashes this cart. Building explosion kills this. He moves over. This knocks lamp down, electrifies water, kills these people. Interesting. I guess I was too...
That's it. The technical cab's sudden halt caused this disaster, but the lamppost fell down afterwards.
Yes.
So why did the cab stop?
That is the question. That is the question. Let's move over and take a look at this cab, because this is what caused everything.
There's a metal strapping.
Metal strapping? What do you...
This crank has been turned.
Wait a minute. Easy paint
Some kind of
remover.
solvent. A piece of fabric drenched in solvent.
Oh. We've got a dog tattoo.
A tattoo. I
Jeez.
suspect it's from a gang.
A gang member of some kind. He's got
This man was
electrical
killed by
burns.
electricity, as shown by the distinct mark on his hand.
Licorice. Sticky licorice? Whoa. Dirt on boots, pungent mud. What's this? More tattoos?
Rasco. Yes, I know him. He's a small-time local criminal.
Alright.
A pneumatic hammer.
Oh, wait. A jackhammer? Did they have jackhammers back then? What?
Mud. Oh, smells bad.
Manurishness. Interesting. Let's see, we've got... Alright, let's see what else we have here. Oh, this is also a dog tattoo. Same gang, perhaps? More electricity is what killed him. He has a pistol?
This man was armed with a revolver. Webley, I suspect.
Alright, we've got the electrical burns there. What about his boots? Also pungent, I'm guessing. Interesting. I am not certain still why they stopped as to what they were doing. Of that. I think we pretty much determined.
A piece of fabric drenched in
I mean, we
solvent.
saw that.
Some kind of solvent.
Is there anything else? I don't know why it has an exclamation mark.
Some kind of solvent.
Uh-huh.
Some kind of solvent.
Yes, I heard
A
that
piece
before.
of fabric drenched in solvent.
All right. Uh-huh. So 2 dead men were found inside the techno cab, both marked with a dog tattoo, probably a gang symbol. One of the men was armed with a Webley revolver. Okay. And they were electrocuted, not by the electricity from the lamppost. Is that so? How did he figure that? I mean, I guess it does seem a little unlikely, like, that electricity got up into the... That seems a little far-fetched. But what killed them? What's this? Oh, I've
There's
got
some
a
text
solvent.
underneath the paint here.
I have a solution for that. That's why I was doing this. Give me the solvent, please.
A piece of fabric. Some kind of...
Oh, come on. I need the solvent to figure out what's here. Come on, guys.
This cab was painted recently. Could be important. I'll need to find a way
There
to
we
remove
are.
this fresh paint.
I can find a way. It's right here. Let me take that and the cloth. Why they had solvent? Maybe we'll discover that too. Alright, let's minigame it up, guys. Underground electric railway? Really? Company of London. I doubt I'm gonna find out much more than that. Gotta do a thorough job though, you know, gotta...
Underground Electric Railways Company.
Interesting.
in London.
Okay. Is there anything on the side here? Maybe something else for me to examine? My seeing eye. So we have water. Something in the puddle. What's this? Oh, a wire? What's this? I saw it earlier, but I
There
didn't...
is some electrical wiring here beneath the manhole.
Let's go inside. I see. That is impressive. Aha! A double lockpick may be used in the same way as two single ones? Oh, come on, guys! What in the world are you doing? The lockpicking minigame is not that fun. Why are you doing this? So, this looks like I could deal with it the same way. So I'm not really sure, like, okay, a 1-3 should work right here, right? So that's just asking for trouble, and like this oh, it's for a 2-2 situation is what they want. Wait, but I'm a little confused then. I guess lifting it up higher wouldn't be a problem? Yeah. Okay. I feel like they made that whole thing far more complicated than it needed to be. Oh, look at that. How fun.
I've not seen such a device before.
It's obviously got some coils for generating a lot of electricity. Finding the correct position for its switches. Okay. Okay, not that. Obviously all up. Okay, so that one. Strange. Weird, okay. See if I can find a pattern. So that one doesn't like... So this one is green, I assume. Is it just activating them in a certain order? Alright, so I've got this bulb back here that just got activated. If I do that, that becomes red. Nothing happens. Green. Red. And if I do that, that switches. What if... There we go. Okay, it was just I had to...
The charge which affected the technical cab came from here.
Yeah. And here is a window where they could watch and see that the cab was in place. Smoke on the water. Women are now allowed to smoke in public, the court declares. Today, Magistrate Adcox ruled that it is no longer a crime for a woman to smoke in a public area, in London at least. He then proceeded to discharge Mary Towson, Edna Custer, and Elsie Watkin, 3 ladies who had been smartly arrested for smoking in Trafalgar Square. I cannot speak. Cannot speak. Interesting. That seems useless, to be honest.
I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Okay. What is here? Someone was drinking
An open bottle of
Chateau something something.
a single glass containing traces of alcohol.
Okay. What else do we have here? Nothing too interesting, I imagine. Do a quick check. Alright, well, this becomes apparent that this chain reaction of tragedy was caused by somebody trying to kill the people in that cab, and they had just done some jackhammer work. So... yeah. Troublesome is what's happening.
Holmes, I was looking for you. I have an idea about the accident.
Never mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You? You're the murderer,
You're
eh?
off your head.
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh yes, a murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance? Of what, Holmes?
The culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see? And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map.
All right. So, 5 men who could be the murderer. We, of course, have one, but I don't think so. Like,
My poor leg.
this is one right here. I mean, where's map? Very close to the apartment, not wounded during accident, could be a random pedestrian. Yep. We have this man, but I don't think so. Yeah. That man is not likely. This gentleman, of course. Yeah. He is distant from the apartment, though. Yeah. I was like, I think that he could be the suspect. And then I assume this guy is still a suspect, but I actually am not. Okay. Yeah. Now, let's think about this for a second. So that's where we have them. We got this gentleman, who found not far from the flats where the electrical device was situated. I don't think he's a suspect. This person... Now, I can change my mind. Yes, it was one of his pumpkins. But he was occupied during the accident. Yeah, because these guys... So this is a driver, right? Which makes them very unlikely... Alright, so I would say this guy is, I would say he's a suspect. I would say they're a suspect. But I don't know if I'm allowed to have multiple suspects here. Because I don't know if I'm able to determine precisely. Like, I don't feel this guy is it, because... I mean, of course, again, it could be a criminal conspiracy. I could check them for the gang tattoos, though hopefully they wouldn't have them, even if they were involved. They would be rather stupid if they did, my opinion. Yeah, I don't think he's a suspect. Man, I'm having a hard time with this one. Because, alright, so the reason I say these guys are not suspects is because they were driving, right? This guy drove this cart, this guy drove this cart. So, they just can't have been up in this apartment window here, watching and activating it. This guy is a bit too far away. It's just his attitude that makes me think that he's a suspect. I don't think he is, actually. I don't think he is, though. With everything that's going on, I mean, he could have moved over there. I have not been watching like a hawk, like, say, Sherlock Holmes would. You know, so these guys make the most likely suspects based on position. This guy won't even say anything. He's in shock, which could be true, but he's also the closest to the the relevant position. This guy did get injured, but well, hold on here. We found this guy trapped underneath the horse thing right here. And this all happened very fast. I'm going to say he's not a suspect. Again, I'm not saying he can't be part of a conspiracy, a criminal conspiracy. I'm saying that he can't be the person who pulled the levers up there and electrocuted the cab. Because when that happened, the accident proceeded, I'm assuming, very, very quickly, based on the stuff we've already discovered. So, for him to have used that and then get down here, he would have had to, like, jump out the window. That doesn't make sense. He was on the second story. That doesn't really track. So, this person and this person in that view would be the only suspects that could possibly exist. This one is the most likely, in my mind, and this one is fairly likely. Because they could have, in the chaos, like, come out and moved further away. There's nice cover all the way over there, right? Man. See, I personally feel that this guy's a suspect and this guy's a suspect. I feel that they're suspects. I feel the others are not. They were essentially involved in the accident, but those two are nearby and were not involved in the accident.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Oh, so I can't get this one wrong. All right, so we'll say he's not a suspect. Does that track?
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
All right. So we'll say he is a suspect, and he's not a suspect, and then go. Oh, so I am all wrong. Okay. It's a good thing I'm not Sherlock Holmes. Or wait a minute. Is it not that was wrong, but that these three are all suspects?
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, that seems a little bit odd. All right.
Constable, I suspect 3 people here. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes. Have you found something new?
That's right. In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I understand, Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion.
The game is afoot, and he is distracted. That is how it goes. Yeah, so all right. So yeah, my reasoning was correct. Basically, the gentlemen who were driving carts couldn't really have been involved. I mean, except for in perhaps a conspiracy. But everybody else nearby were reasonable suspects. So, let's see what we have. Resolve the murder at the square. Interrogate the possible suspects. Yes. Let's run down this way a little bit and do an investigation. What's this? This is some of that mud.
Smells bad. There was a collision here.
There was a collision? What's this?
Fresh paint, but from something else. Technical cab collided and stopped here.
Let's go
the
in.
lock was forced.
They picked this lock, huh? And look at that mud all over the place. Snake nests and conspiracy. In the district of St. Victor, while in the act of demolishing an old house, masons have uncovered a nest of snakes, which has spawned upwards of 100 squirming reptiles. These reptiles did inhabit the bottom of a well, long since dried up. In the middle of this snake nest there was the skeleton of a child, who had likely plunged down the well to his or her death. Surprisingly, the skeleton in question was still holding a red Morocco portfolio, much disintegrated apart from one legible strip of paper which read, "Do not reveal the plot." I see.
Trail of mud goes through the entire room.
Does it now? Let's see what's back here. Oh. I see. So they were having 3 layers, which is why we have to have these multiples. Understood. So first, let's do a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2, a 1 and a 2. And we'll do that. And then I need to do that. But I mean, I still need to grab another left shift. Okay, and now I need a 3. And there we go. On. Now let's remove that. Shift to the lock, remove that. Now what I'm looking for is a 3, and then a 3 and a 4. So we're looking for a 3, and then we're looking for a 3 and a 4. And there we go. Picking locks. That's exactly how it works in the real world.
A workshop. Saleable items are produced here. Mud. Oof, smells bad. It looks as though the carpet was placed here intentionally.
Hole.
An old access point to the sewers.
Do I want to go to the sewers right now? Why not? I wonder what is nearby through the sewers. But I figure I want to arm myself with as much information as possible prior to interrogating so I can see through some things, you know? Because in this game they like to have those little cue interrupts where if you have pertinent information, you can, like, kind of break through some of their attempted deceptions. Okay. Guessing the other way is the way to go then. Here's a route coming down. And a ladder, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Let's see about stepping across. Anything here? Nope. What about over here? Also looks like nope. Nothing I can interact with after all. Oh, it's lowering the water level. Interesting.
A pneumatic drill, the same as the one that we found in the technical lab.
Okay. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's try the middle setting. Interesting. That isn't necessarily helping me. Uh-huh. Okay. I wonder if I could... I mean, I know I could jump to this, but... But that doesn't mean much, because I can't get him to... Oh, wait. I've got a door here. Let's open that door up. Alright, let's put this all the way down. Pleasant. It's a bit of a problem. Oh, I see. No. No. That's not the way I wanna... I wanna push it the other direction. It's like sometimes he's really weak and physically not impressive, and other times he's pretty impressive. Like, I don't know if those things are full, but even if they're not full, this is not an easy thing to push, if I had to guess. Like, I would have, with the friction and the water and everything else, like, that would not be an easy thing to push. But he didn't have any trouble really, you know, just some grunting, and he pushed that fine. But he wasn't able to jump the couple of feet necessary to, you know. Yeah. I mean, physics in video games. What are you going to do? Now, let's move over this way. Now, I could go across that way, but first I could check this. Oh, I can control the water level here, too. So I could go down there. What would that accomplish? I wonder. I am able to control this from here. Let's lower the water level. Alright, so I want to get over there, I guess, is what's happening. Which is a bit weird. Okay. Let's go over this way. Alright, let's do our balancing game. That mini game I'm sure we're about to play. And in the circles we will stay, the merry old London way. In the circles we will stay, like nobody's ever done. Yep, absolutely. That's how it's gonna go. I wish he'd move faster. He's really, really ginger. I mean, I get it, it's probably slimy and a bit slippery, but still. What's this? What does this do? Ah ha ha. Ah, interesting. So let's climb down here. Because there's a grate on the other side that seems to be locked at present, so... So I should be able to just climb this ladder, right? Oh, what? Really? Those couple of rungs stop me from using the ladder. Is that so? Is that so? Shameful. Unrealistic. The structural integrity of the ladder is supposedly intact, which means that that should not happen. Ah well, ah well, ah well. Do not rage over video game logic, Kalis. It'll be alright. There I am speaking in the third person. Okay, well, let's see what we can see. Alright, let's move it the way we're gonna move it. Yeah, now that I'm paying attention, I'm like, yeah, of course, I can see that it's a broken ladder. But I find the whole broken thing a bit dubious. That's not... Oh, what's this one do? Oh! Why, thank you. That's much better than having to play that minigame going back. Alright, let's put it back up to the half level, please. See how that does. I think that's sufficient for me to get past that little blip in the ladder. Let's go, peeps. Alright. And now I'm still in a cage. Can I just open it with this little thing? Yes, I can. Okay. Now, we have jackhammered into a bank vault, it looks like, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, what do we have here?
A red powder. Given the circumstances, most probably iron oxide. Or just rust. Magnesium strips. Metal powder. Looks like aluminium.
Okay. Well, look at this. But...
So, it was the goal of Rasco's gang to rob the bank.
well... This is definitely a bit startling.
The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken a great many valuables. The thieves have opened almost all of the deposit boxes. They must have taken
the Bank of
great many
England?
valuables. This vault belongs to the Bank of England.
Well,
An old map of the sewers with a red cross.
let's see. There's where we were. Okay. Interesting. Well,
The iron wall of the vault has been melted through. Still warm.
interesting. Oh, that's been... When did that get lowered? I mean, those being lowered is all nice and all. Oh, it's when I switch that lever. Or that, little crank. Venturing here by myself without informing people of my discovery is probably not the wisest.
All of the licorice has been eaten.
And we saw licorice on the other people.
Murad. That's a popular brand of cigarette. This cigarette stub is dry. It was discarded fairly recently. The tobacco's aroma is still strong. It's sweet and nutty. Metal rings. They're used to hold the barrel in one piece.
There's some money.
A banknote. Dry, so it hasn't been here very long. These barrels are empty and unsealed. The thieves used these barrels for the loot, which they then threw into the water. I need to warn Lestrade about this.
Yep. Oh boy. Let's get to Scotland Yard. There we go. And of course, killing the two of those guys, the Rasco and his buddies there, was so that they didn't have to split the loot as much. Because after all, if you steal like $20 million and have to split it 5 ways, that's only $4 million.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped. It was after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I...
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be
Absent for a couple of days?
Take this
The
incident
Bank of England has been robbed. Who am I going to talk to now? I mean,
Mr. Holmes.
Scotland Yard's pretty small from what I can see. I'm here all the time. Alright, let's take a look at what I do have here.
A book. Karl Heinzen's 1848 De Mord, with a bookmark.
To Mort. D is a T, friend.
Electrical wires.
Dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that despite your expropriation, you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact our payment service as soon as possible. Otherwise, we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate matter. Mr. Stewart, Financial Director, Bank of England. Okay. Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you could join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your goodwill brings such joy, and I know that I may rely upon you. I remember how your life began in sin, your feeling rejected and alone in the world, and how you turned to the criminal path. But you found the strength within you to make the change. You became a good man. Our Lord will have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Pastor Gordon.
Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulated. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
Uh-oh.
Whiskey. Of poor quality. My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon and my faith.
Oh boy. That is the guy who built the scaffolding. He might not be involved. Let's see. Mr. Butcher, we have the most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary. Dr. Matthew Smith, Great Ormond Street Hospital, London.
This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry. At any rate, I now have an exact address.
Underground Electric Railways. Oh boy. Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays with existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious errors that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation, as you have always been an exemplary employee. We understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behaviour in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. The Directors, Underground Electric Railways, Company of London.
Reginald Butcher had problems with his job. This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new. The initials MB. Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
All right. And there was something here that I missed, I guess? Oh, what's this? If you have to blow up half a continent and cause a bloodbath to destroy the party of barbarism, you should have no scruples of conscience. Anyone who would not joyously sacrifice his life for the satisfaction of exterminating 1,000,000 barbarians is not a true Republican. I agree. Such a clear-sightedness. Okay. Oh wait, I didn't look at it.
This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
Such clear-sightedness. Oh boy. All right. We've got some serious problems here. It's like, but my thing is, Lestrade's not here, but I don't tell anybody that the Bank of England has been robbed. Like, what? What? I mean, I guess I'm not telling anybody. I'm sure they'll discover it soon enough. I'm getting hungry. I didn't eat that long ago either. Just sometimes there are those days where you can't explain it. You just feel a wee bit peckish. You understand? Alright. Water will have to do for now. I've got a case to solve. The game is afoot. What's this?
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
Oh, is something wrong with his daughter? Or his son?
Meryl Butcher.
12 years and what? What did it say about her? Heart... Murmur? Lungs... something. Or is that norm? Heart norm? Lungs... I don't know what that says. Neurotonin and Lyrica. Interesting.
Mr. Reginald Butcher, I come from Scotland Yard. Might we talk?
All right, but not too loudly. She's finally asleep.
Is she your daughter?
My pretty little Meryl. She's very ill. Now look, I'm sorry I ran, but I had to see Dr. Blowberry today and the policeman wouldn't listen.
Don't worry, I understand now.
Alright, let's take a look. This is he's employed with the railways. Uh-huh. What do we have here? Okay, yes, he is a railway worker. I have already determined that. Shabby... I'd say was once prosperous, because judging by some of the other things here. Children's... I would say daughter's gift. Shiny shoes, recently cleaned. Wedding ring, he is married. Yeah, I mean, I think that's accurate. Reginald Butcher, a married man, holds the position of railway worker. He is depressed due to the illness of his daughter, of whom he is extremely fond. His shoes are shining, they have no doubt been recently cleaned. His expensive waistcoat, now in shabby condition, reveals that he was previously a prosperous man. Mr. Butcher loves his daughter, and is not ashamed to wear a child's bracelet to display his affection.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Butcher?
I work at the office of the Underground Electric Railways Company.
Then you must be familiar with electrical devices.
I am indeed. Why do you ask?
It is of no consequence, but tell me, what are the reasons behind the problems you're experiencing at work?
Problems? What do you mean?
Ha ha ha.
You have already received a written warning.
Yes. I'm often late to work. My boss doesn't understand my situation. It's difficult since my daughter became ill.
I see. Coincidentally, we found one of your company's cabs in the square where the accident occurred.
Really? Why was it there?
I have no idea. Do you?
No. But a week ago we had a technical cab stolen, along with its tools. Do you think that could be the one?
It's possible.
Yeah, I don't think he's involved. I have my serious doubts that he is involved.
Mr.
Judith Butcher died, apparently, at 22 years old? Oh, that is very unpleasant. Mr. Butcher, I can confirm that we are willing to admit your daughter into the care of our hospital. You will be responsible for the travel expenditure, naturally taking all appropriate precautions due to the delicate state of your daughter. Additionally, you must attend to any accommodation costs and all medical attention. The final bill cannot be summarized within this letter. It will depend, of course, upon your daughter's condition, but I must warn you that the sum may be considerable. Dr. K.O. Medin. Karolinska University Hospital, Stockholm. Oh. Stockholm.
Admission file at Karolinska University Hospital in Stockholm.
That is interesting.
A young woman lost her life.
Well, that may give him a motive to rob. Because he doesn't have that kind of money. I still don't think he's involved directly, but he may be part of the conspiracy. Let me talk to him again for a moment. See about that.
Can she be cured?
It'll take a long time, but I'm confident that we'll win this fight. I can't bear to think otherwise.
Yes. Probably just a question of money.
What are you talking about? It's a question of willpower, and my daughter will win.
I do hope so. Although the treatment at the Karolinska University Hospital is very expensive.
Yeah, it's our only hope. Thanks to the good Dr. Blowberry, she finally has a bed. We're going out next week. It's our last chance. Do you have children?
Yes. I have a daughter too.
We'd sacrifice our lives for our children, would we not?
Yes. Of course, yes.
I've got myself a little suspicion there, friend. I don't like where it's taken me. Of course, a well-designed mystery has multiple likely suspects, you understand. Well, let's go back to Scotland Yard and talk to some of these other suspects that we have acquired. I sympathize with his situation, I truly do. Alright, let us interrogate.
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation. Good day to you. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation.
I'm Benjamin Fowler, and I was arrested by mistake. I swear it.
You have not been arrested, Mr. Fowler. You are here as a witness.
Oh, but I saw nothing. I swear. Let me go.
Let's do a little character profile, shall we? Oh boy. That looks like an old gang member tattoo. Unfortunate. Yes, he is religious now. From looking at his belongings, I can see that. Calloused hands, manual worker. Yellow nails. Yeah, I would say he's a smoker. And, of course, injured leg. We obviously knew about that part. Manual worker entered like gang member. Yes. Yep. Benjamin Fowler, a man in his 40s, is a manual worker. He is involved with the reconstruction work of the statue in the square, which explains his presence at the scene of the accident and his resulting leg injury. Mr. Fowler has a dog tattoo, a gang member's mark, which he attempts to hide. Yellow nails identify him as a heavy smoker. He is a religious man.
Could you tell me what you were doing at the scene of the accident?
I was working on the square's statue. I work for the council, I swear it.
Mr. Fowler, does the name Rasco ring any bells with you?
First time I ever heard it, I swear.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But your tattoo resembles his. You are in his gang, are you not?
No. It was a long time ago. I already forgot, I swear it. I just picked a few pockets for him when I was a young fellow. But I ain't proud of what I did. All my family, my parents, my brothers, dogs and cats all died when I was a lad. I wouldn't have survived otherwise.
Do you ever work with electricity?
Yes, sometimes. I repair electric lampposts, but I'm not a specialist. I swear it. It's new, isn't it? And complex and dangerous.
I understand.
Mr. Holmes, I know you're a great detective and you understand me, so please let me go. I know nothing, I swear.
Yes, you swear it, I know.
All right, let's talk to Mr. Garrett,
Please, escort this suspect for interrogation.
the brusque gentleman.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Thomas Garrett. Why am I here?
You are a witness to murder.
Of course. Well, it wouldn't be the first time that the police jailed an innocent man in order to close a case.
No one has been charged yet.
Yet.
Well, he's obviously not doing so hot. I think he is ill. And that cough. Badge. Anarchist symbol? Oh boy. Yeah. Worn clothes, he is poor. Licorice. Oh, silicosis. Definitely ill then. Electrical burn? Perhaps. So, I would say he's ill. He's an anarchist. Poor. Let's go with this. Yep. Thomas Garrett is an aggressive person who wears the symbol of the anarchist. He dislikes the police and most probably all authority. It is obvious that he is poor, as his clothes are old and worn. Mr. Garrett exhibits black sputum through his coughing, which is a symptom of silicosis. Garrett is ill. A specific burn upon his finger reveals that he must work with electricity.
Did you perhaps see anything in particular during or after this disaster?
Yes. I saw part of your bourgeoisie burn up and explode. It was spectacular.
Why did you remain in the square? Why not seek shelter?
Like the rest of the sheep. There were some wounded comrades, workers. I wanted to help them.
You have a severe cough. Are you suffering?
It's only a cold.
Why not be honest with me? You are spitting up black fluid.
Ah, well observed. Yes, I have enough coal dust in my lungs to fuel an entire London district.
You were a miner then?
Since the age of 13, yes. At the Newcastle mines. 15 years of hell. Those were bloody times. But now it's over. I don't want to die in those holes like my father and my brothers did, in order to line the pockets of the rich.
Do you have any electrical knowledge?
How'd you know about that? You a mind reader?
Not exactly.
There are electrical wires amongst your belongings.
Clever. Yes. I'll teach electrics to my comrades, since I'm currently without paid work. I'm self-taught, so we're not as dumb as you might think. and I don't want to work for bosses anyway.
Oh boy. Well, shall we start some reasoning here? Let's see. I have a lot of different things here. All right. Uh, mm, all right, let's see here. So we have seriously ill daughter from Mr. Fowler? No. Mr. Garrett. Butcher, yes. So let's see what this does. Yes, he does have problems at work. That's true. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think that Thomas Garrett would have had sufficient knowledge to do that advanced of a... Like, to make sure there was enough electricity and all that. Now... Yeah, I also don't think that Benjamin Fowler can do that either. And this is leading me towards an uncomfortable situation where... Yeah... I feel like... Oh, man. I mean, I think he'd be able to do that. That's kind of what he does. Well, it isn't what he does, but he... I mean, it is... His job is related to it. Let's see here. Yes, he definitely does have anarchist ideology. Let's see what else we can connect that to. I didn't see any reason for that. Electrocution, can I connect it to anything else? Not right now. Rebirth. Yes, he was a criminal in the past. Yeah, I would say that's reasonable. Alright, so we are missing some things here, right? We are missing some significant things. But we have made some... in the morgue, perhaps? Do we have the victim's belongings? Let's check that out. Or not? Okay, let's leave the morgue. Who wanted to go there anyway? Alright, let's go back into evidence. Is there... Oh, there's another thing over here.
The belongings of the victims, Rasco and his acolyte.
Okay, so we've
An
got
old pocket
this.
knife. A standard deck of playing cards.
And this is...
Rasco is fond of licorice.
We found some of this
The
down
licorice
below.
is found both at the sewers and amongst
But I mean, we
Rasco's
pretty
belongings.
much were sure he was involved in the robbery anyway.
A Webley revolver.
What's this?
A police report about Rasco. He's only a minor criminal.
Mauricio Alfredo Vincente, also known as Rasco, leader of a small local gang whose members can be identified by the gang's motif, a dog tattoo. The gang has been involved in frequent violence, robbery, pickpocketing, etc. If he's minor, how does he get involved in robbing the Bank of England? He's basically got to be hired muscle, right? Like that just doesn't track. The Rasco gang robbed the bank by breaking its vault. They knew the sewer channels, used a quantity of equipment. Rasco is not a big name criminal. It's obvious someone helped him. Yeah, that's absolutely the truth. There's no way that he planned this. He goes from pickpocketing to robbing the Bank of England. That's a big stretch. Okay, so yes. So we have this possible reasoning, right? I mean, that's a fact, but that is not where we're at. So we have the bank robbery, and we go there. He in the past he's been connected to their gang, right? And then we have the bank robbery and the electrician. And he works for the Underground Electric Railways Company. Yes, he would be familiar with that. And, of course, we have this particular thing. Someone knew about the bank robbery and managed to kill the members of Rasco's gang immediately afterwards. Okay, so if we say that... Yeah. I would say that. I think he's just an anarchist. Fowler... Yeah, I think that this is accurate, right? Which means that sadly, yes, I don't think he has, because he's about to lose his job. His affluence is in the past. He's already, I would guess he's already strapped for cash based on the current medical bills, and he's lost his wife died earlier, meaning that he is really desperate for this money. I would say that. I think that is accurate. He helped them rob the bank and then killed them for the money. I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so the people that he hurt, Here we're going to reveal my own moral compass. If the people that he hurt were merely the gang members themselves, who already... Well... I don't know if they were like murderers and rapists, or if they were just pickpockets and things. Starts to get into awfully morally grey territory, doesn't it? But I would definitely feel far more sympathetic if he had just robbed and not murdered. Right? If he had just been robbing the bank with them and then took that money for his daughter, I would feel far more sympathetic. However, the truth is, I don't feel very sympathetic to him. I mean, I do feel great sympathy for the fact that his daughter's life is in danger and he wants to save her. Aye, but I'm not really sure if that's something that... Like, he murdered men in cold blood. He planned it. He set up the trap. I don't think there's much more else to say. I'm going to step out and make sure to see if I have all the clues. I do. I have all the clues. This is a really short... a really short case. Strange. Strange. Very well. Very well. Let's resume here. All right. So, here's the thing. Let's take a wee bit of a look here. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Got a bit of a call from a telemarketer. So, if we look at the case here, we have 3 suspects. We have the anarchist, who, honestly, I don't feel could have done it. They're self-taught about electrical knowledge, and they had electrical wiring stuff, and they are poor and they have a debt. Okay, this is true, but no, I mean, I don't think he did it. I think he's gruff, but I think that was a kind of a false positive, right? And if we look at the guy who was working, right? Yes, he was part of the Rasco gang in the past, but the fact of the matter is, the Rasco gang in the past would never have done this. Like, they were a small-time criminal gang. They needed somebody with expertise. Like, otherwise, why would you risk robbing the Bank of England and carrying off this kind of a plan if you didn't have somebody who had sufficient levels of knowledge and expertise, right? So I don't see any way it can be anyone besides Butcher. And then also, like, with how distraught, he was in shock afterwards, right? Because I don't think he's killed anyone before, but he felt he had to kill them so that he would have enough money to take care of his daughter, right? But a couple of things... Hold on. Right, so let's think about how the robbery went. They stole the stuff from the bank, and then they put it in the barrels, sealed the barrels, and sent the barrels down, and then they came out. And so he killed them after they had done all that. Right. Yeah. So here's my problem. I want to help his daughter. I do. I want to help his daughter. But I don't want him to go free. You know what I mean? Like, again, if he had just robbed the bank, I would absolve him. I wouldn't catch him if he just robbed the bank, even though that does hurt people, right? Like, this was not back in the day where there's much in the way of, like, insurance on the bank stuff. Like, that would be really hurting people. But I can understand, like, I can sympathize. But I'm going to condemn him. I'm going to condemn him. Man, it's really hard. It's like you feel a weight. Don't want to click the condemn. But he did kill the accomplices. Like, he murdered after he robbed. So we're going with that. Oh, man. Here we go. I believe I'm right. We'll see.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Butcher, say goodbye to your daughter. We are arresting you for robbery and murder.
What? You can't do that. What happened to my girl?
You should have thought about that.
You monster. Even if it were true, what would a bank's money be worth against the life of a child? I love you, Meryl.
Murder is never proof of love. Now please, come with us.
Let's check conclusion. Yes, indeed. It was Reginald Butcher. Alright. Alright, Fever Dreams. That will be, I know we haven't even streamed for 2 hours, but each stream is going to be a case, so we will do the final case later. I believe it's a final case. But I'm not going to start that case right now. I might do it later tonight, or I'll do it tomorrow. So I hope you all have enjoyed the stream and enjoyed watching me show how inadequate I am compared to Mr. Sherlock Holmes. In any case, I hope you have a great time and a great beginning of your weekend, and I will see you at my next stream. Take care.